Hello, my name is Jody Scholes, and welcome. Welcome to the Friday afternoon interviews with the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education. Today, our very special guest is Ms. Diana Thompson. And Diana has been a licensed massage therapist for 30 years. She has a private practice in Seattle, Washington, in the US, and she treats chronic and acute pain disorders. Diane lectures at many different conferences globally. She lectures not only on massage, but also on acupuncture, midwifery, to chiropractors, to physicians, and to physical therapists. And if that wasn't enough, Diana is a consultant for the massage therapy research with the Research Institute at Group Health Cooperative in Seattle. And something that she's very excited about, and we'll talk a little bit more about today, is she's bringing her expertise to electronic health records. She has available for us Hands Heal electronic health records, and it's a patient-centered, web-based EHR that turns bland treatment notes into like super expressive graphs and charts that have meaningful results. Her fifth edition of her book, Hands Heal, Communication, Documentation, and Insurance Billing for Manual Therapists, sounds really exciting, doesn't it? Is now, like I mentioned, in its fifth edition. Diana is the proud recipient of many national awards, and I wanted to mention just a couple. She received the President's Award from AMTA. She also received the Humanitarian of the Year Award from Performance Health. And in 2013, Ms. Diana Thompson was named Massage Therapist of the Year at the World Massage Conference. So we are very honored to have you here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Well, thank you for making time today. Why? So the reason that we're here today is because coming up in July 25th through 27th, there is something called the Educational Congress. It's a big old conference for massage educators. And you're going to be there. So why did you decide to attend the Educational Congress? Why did you decide to attend?
Well, number one, it's my people. So I've been a continuing education provider since 1988. And
when you were 12?
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's being an educator is probably core to my being, almost as core as doing soap charts, which sounds really stupid. But so I started teaching in 1988, continuing ed, started teaching in schools in 1990. I continue to teach continuing ed, and my goal, as always, is to help massage therapists bridge that gap between medical providers and massage therapists in this bigger arena called healthcare. So integrative healthcare has been something I've been focused on my entire career.
Yeah. And so what does that term integrative healthcare mean? Like if we're watching and we're a massage therapist, what does that look like?
Yeah, integrative healthcare is really when different types of providers come together and provide care for an individual. And it's important to do that because everybody's different. Everybody responds to care differently, has an expression of their illness differently. And there's no one treatment that works for everyone, and maybe not even one treatment that works for one individual. It takes multiple minds coming together and trying different things to help someone not only find health, but really wellness in their whole lives.
So I've heard about this approach at the end of life, kind of a hospice.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about is for other conditions as well.
Right. For just about anything.
Hmm.
Anytime you're in pain, for example, and pain kind of extends to many, many different types of health conditions.
Mhm.
It can affect your mood. It can affect your ability to participate in life. It can affect your relationships because you're not getting out and doing the things you normally do. And so just to fix that one condition doesn't necessarily always fix um, the problem of how you feel about yourself and how you interact in your life. So the wholeness of a being is really important.
And like you said, for quite a few years now, you've been dedicated to education.
Yeah.
Uh, and of course, the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education is committed to seeing high standards in massage
Yes.
schools. This is something I haven't really heard a lot about in massage schools. Um, how does your company help to promote educational standards in our profession?
Yeah. Well, communication is the biggest key to working with an integrative team and sharing what you learn about your patient with other people that can also make a difference. We have a very meaningful role in that. And so for us to educate massage therapists on how to communicate in a way that really matches how other healthcare providers are
Mm-hmm.
communicating will allow us to participate at a higher standard
Can
with
you
them.
give me an example? I love
Yeah.
this. I just love it. Yeah.
So physicians have had to be on electronic health records for 3 years now. So any healthcare provider that bills Medicaid and Medicare has been required. They don't even have a choice about it to use electronic health records.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they're doing this um, electronically, and their communication has a very professional look to it, and they're able to share information on a different level than we can. It doesn't look good if we're just sending our soap charts, our little handwritten soap charts to doctors to communicate. We really need to up our game. And if they're communicating electronically, we should be communicating electronically if we want to play at that park.
I like it.
Even.
And that's very much what I hear from different conferences I've attended,
Yeah,
that we've got to raise our game
yeah.
and start. Now, some people listening, whether they be teachers or program directors or also, massage therapists, that might seem a little intimidating or, a little
Huh.
expensive. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, well, being a healthcare provider and being an educator, I think it's incredibly important to have accessibility, that making it cost effective is my number one goal. And I know the kind of budgets that schools live with. And it's a rare day when people come up and say, I have this extra money that I have to spend at the school. Although I was at the conference in Charlotte recently and someone did say that. And I thought, that's a first. I know it's a hallelujah moment. It's like, thank goodness someone values education enough. But that
So a
said,
school is actually purchasing the electronic health records
yeah,
program from you. Can you speak
right.
to that? What? Because a school
Yeah.
isn't required to keep EHR.
No, but what a great idea, right? So I created a school system that is very similar to the professional system, but different enough that it helps teachers teach about charting. So it's
Mm.
not just a record keeping system, it's a learning tool.
Oh,
And I set it up so that you can start with charting from the very beginning so that it's not this weekend workshop at the end where then people go out and they're not used to it. There's no habit formed. There's no intensity about the purpose of charting. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have that drive.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to do that is great. The other part is, how many filing cabinets can we hold in our student clinic?
For real.
Right? Because clients are coming and going all the time. And if your school has been around for 10 years, you've probably got a wall of,
Yeah.
of charts, filing cabinets.
Well,
And
and
so
also
why not keep
that's
them in the
secure,
cloud? Right.
right?
Yeah,
So,
I had someone tell me one day that they forgot the key to the filing cabinet. So here are all these students, and they're not able
oh
to
my,
get in and get the client records. And it's like, all you have to do is have a phone or a tablet
perfect.
to have access. So why not scan all those old files in and shred them, get
Yeah.
rid of them?
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that doctors have had to have electronic health records for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it's specifically required if they're billing Medicaid and Medicare.
Yes.
That makes me want to ask you the question, if insurance paid for massage, would that help or hurt us, in your opinion?
Yeah. I think access is key.
Mm,
So here we have this incredible gift that we can share with people who need help. And yet, if they think of it as a luxury, they're not going to pay for it, right?
mm,
And there are so many people who need us that can't pay for it. So sure, they might get their massages on their cruise or on vacation, or, you know, I have enough clients that come on a really regular basis that I know people are willing to do that, but it takes a certain demographic for that to actually happen, that they can come in every other week or
mm-hmm.
every week or every month, whatever it is. So to create access, insurance coverage does that. So if
So
they've got public health, even, wouldn't that be great in Canada?
yeah,
People with public health in the public health system can get massage. And
yeah.
it's a reality that we could have.
You know, and I am on the marketing committee for the Alliance for Massage
Yeah.
Therapy Education. And what that makes me think of too is that if healthcare were covering, or excuse me, insurance were covering massage therapy, it would actually change the branding
Yeah.
of massage from luxury to healthcare.
Yeah.
It would help some people understand it from a different point of view. Mm.
What I think is also really important to realize is that it's a choice for us, that we don't have to bill insurance. So I have dedicated my professional career to billing insurance. I've been billing since 1988, 1986,
Really?
right? So car accidents, work injuries since 86. And then, no, I think it is 88. It's too long ago.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. And then health insurance, we've been able to bill health insurance in Washington since 1996.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's an important thing to provide that access and make myself available for people who need it for health purposes. But that's not everybody's focus.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and I want to be clear that just because we want insurance companies to reimburse for a massage, that doesn't mean you have to bill
Correct.
insurance.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't mean you have to participate. I mean,
Right.
right now, in most of the United States, we can bill auto insurance.
Yes.
You know, and but that's another conversation for another time, that class.
Yeah.
But it does lead me to ask you, what trends are you seeing in the massage profession?
Yeah. Well, my unfortunate trend that I'm seeing is that the reimbursement rates are going down.
Mm, okay.
So we used to be reimbursed in Washington for workers' comp $126 a session
Mm-hmm.
for an hour session.
Wow.
And that's down to $88. And there are some insurance companies that are down to $58
Mm.
for a reimbursement rate. And that's not right.
Mm-mm.
So we need to be able to do something as a whole profession to promote a living wage for massage therapists in that industry.
Mm. Yeah, because it's such a labor-intensive
Yeah,
industry, it's not a 40-hour-a-week job.
right.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
yeah, and
On the good side, a big trend that I'm seeing in this profession is research. So,
yeah.
as a former president of the Massage Therapy Foundation, I have been passionate about research for a long time. I started consulting in 1996 and was with the foundation on the board for 11 years, president for 4 years. And it's exciting to be a part of making sure that research is done by massage therapists, that the protocols are written by massage therapists or at least consulted on by massage therapists, and that we're actually hiring massage therapists to provide the protocols. Because the old research used to be that a nurse could do the massage protocol, or I mean, it just didn't represent massage therapy as it's practiced. So as part of the foundation, we really funded pilot studies that represented who we are and included massage therapists on the panel.
uh, and so,
and, and
yeah,
it's changed things dramatically. Just having that as our focus has changed the research out there today.
yeah, I would wholeheartedly echo the trend of seeing so much more research.
Yeah.
Could you enlighten us about how electronic health records could be used
Yeah.
to support research?
It's so exciting. So I don't know if you've ever heard that there's a news blast that says the number one reason people see their physician is for headaches.
For pain.
Or more recently, it was low back pain. I mean, even more specifically than just pain, like they really tell you what type of pain. And they can't say that about massage therapy. They say it about physicians, they can say it about physical therapists, because those EHRs all collect data that
Mm,
then can be shared with a researcher and come up with these results. And the data points are in the thousands. And for physicians, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of data points for very specific questions, like what's the number one reason people go to their doctor. And none of the other EHRs collect research like mine does, but who else would think of it
all right,
but
right.
someone who's dog on a bone for research for massage? So I really created a system for gathering information consistently with our patients. So there's pain, function, and mood, the three statistics that are most gathered consistently in massage research. And we can collect those before a massage and after a massage to see not only who comes into our clinics, but how do they leave and how do they feel
Mm.
over the long run. So to be able to de-identify that data and share it with a researcher is huge.
Well, and it
Puts us on
sounds,
the map.
I was going to say, it sounds like this has some potential because so many of the studies that we see are small sample groups.
Yes,
And
true. So a pilot study might have 10 or 30, and a larger study, something like a randomized controlled trial that I've consulted on with the group health or the Center for Health Studies, that might have 250 patients involved in the study. And we think those are huge, but to be able to say thousands of people see massage therapists and these are the results is puts us in a whole different category.
yeah, that's very exciting. Now,
Yeah.
you are going to be at the Educational Congress. You're going to have
Yes.
a table there as a vendor. Diana, what does your company hope to gain by being a vendor at the Congress?
Well, of course, we want people to see it and use it. My goal is if schools can adopt this, and it's so inexpensive. I mean, it's you're not even paying for your data,
Mm,
right, to be stored in the cloud to get the system. And um, if we can start teaching massage therapists to keep records, it's going to raise our credibility in so many ways. I've had
Right.
doctors say, I would refer to massage therapists, but they can't even show me health records on their patients. So until I see that every massage therapist does that, I'm not working with them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I want us to have options in our careers.
Yes, exactly. And, we're having the conversation now, that doctors are saying, I would refer, but
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah.
And if we can get that right into the therapist's hands during school, then it's not something foreign to them.
Right.
And it's just a normal part of doing a session.
Right. And you don't have to keep the same level of records on healthy people
Mm-hmm.
that you do when you're treating conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even have to choose to bill insurance. People can use their HSAs.
Yes, they can.
Right? I mean, there's so many ways that are still healthcare related for a massage therapist to be able to access clients.
And remind our listeners, what is an HSA or?
Oh, the health savings accounts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, in fact, I have a private practice, and one of my clients was very excited when I asked her if she would prefer to use an HSA, and she's like, "You take HSAs?" And I'm like,
Yes.
absolutely, we do.
Yeah.
So it's money that's set aside as well before taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's actually money that goes further for our clients, and that we can have them access that and potentially become a more frequent client because of having the money set aside.
Yes, and many companies are matching HSAs or starting out with a certain amount of money in their HSAs just as a way to attract good employees.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And again, this is the type of stuff that, the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education is really committed to elevating the standards of what students learn in massage school. Yeah.
Yeah, I also see that they're really committed to the student being successful in their professional career.
Mm-hmm.
That they want to up the standards of education, but it has a longer vision for that because they're also working with continuing ed providers, and they
Yes.
just want to make sure that the profession thrives, that not just the school is successful in meeting their numbers,
Mm-hmm.
but that the profession is successful.
So one of the things that we're going to be, I'm whispering like I'm like telling a secret, sorry.
Yeah.
But one of the things we're going to be talking about at the Educational Congress, July 27th, July 25th through 27th in Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
we are launching the Teacher Certification Program.
Oh, you are?
Yes, it's been approved. We have a project manager. Yes, Deanna Sylvester is our project manager on this, and she is like guns a-blazing to roll this out. We're really excited, and the teacher certification is going to be an opportunity for teachers who are currently in massage schools and continuing education providers.
Great.
To go ahead and get certified as a massage therapy and bodywork educator.
I'm signing up.
It's really, it is a portfolio review process. So it's not just a rubber stamp. This is something where a real human being is going to be reviewing things like not only the resume and a lesson plan, but also there's going to be a video submission of you, like that person teaching.
Wow.
So yeah, we're really excited, but it's not quite like available yet. But July 2019, it'll be announced at Congress. And so there's just a lot of really cool things happening there. Now, just because I'm very excited, obviously, about it. But these interviews are designed they have a theme, and the theme is serious educators having fun. Yeah, and so that's always what I see at the Educational Congress is all these amazing educators and having fun. So one of the questions I like to ask is, do you have a favorite joke?
I do.
Awesome. Would you share it with our listeners?
Yes.
Yay.
It's very G rated.
Thank you.
Okay. So a man walks into a bar after a long day, sits down at kind of this empty bar. It's kind of early in the day, and he's just, I got to get out of work. Sits down and orders himself a beer. And as he's sitting there waiting for his drink, he hears a voice say, "Nice tie." And he's like, "What? What's, who said that?" And then he hears, "Goes great with the jacket." And he's thinking, "Oh my gosh, I am hearing things." And the bartender comes over and sets down his beer and says, "Can I get you anything else?" And he says, "Well, I'm hearing this voice." And he goes, "Oh, it's the peanuts. They're complimentary."
Yay! Thank you. That was good. I'm going to totally use that.
You're welcome.
It's a good educator's joke.
Right?
Right? Yes. Now, one other kind of off-the-wall question.
Yeah.
Which is, if you could be somebody famous, past or present, who would you be and why?
I don't know if you could see, but I have lots of art in my space.
I see.
And so I admire artists, like most of all. And I would love to be George O'Keeffe for a day. I mean, that woman was very adventurous and on the edge of, just that level of excitement, but also her vision, how she sees the world, the part of the world that she lived in. I just would love to experience what artists, but George O'Keeffe in particular, what their filters are, how they view the world, how they think, when they can create such incredible interpretations of life. So I would pick Georgia.
Yeah. That's that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
At the end with our listeners.
Right, on the motorcycle with the leather helmet and those round goggles. And
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, this is wrapping up our interview with Diana Thompson this afternoon. My name is Jody Scholes, and I am on the board for the Alliance for Massage Therapy Education. We're speaking to Diana today because she is going to be a vendor at our Educational Congress being held July 25th through 27th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You can log on to the link below to learn more about the Congress and see the schedule of who is speaking, who's presenting, who's going to be in our exhibit hall. And so please don't delay and reserve your spots. You still have time for the early bird special as well, which gives you $100 off the actual normal rate. So I want to say again, a huge thank you to Diana Thompson for being here today.
Thank you
very much, my dear. And that'll wrap us up for this afternoon. Again, I'm Jody Scholes. This is Diana Thompson, and we're signing off.